we were discussing model 3, and from this models, from the analysis of the identification problems, we can see that these two questions are exactly identified because according to the given formula, demand functions exclude at least m minus 1 variables. So it is exactly identified on the same lines. The supply function also exclude at least m minus 1 variables. So it is also uh, exactly identified because both the equations exclude at least m minus 1 variables. Look at uh, P and Q are the endogenous variables. These are the two endogenous variables here. IT and PT minus 1 are two predetermined variables here. So we have total 4 variables in the models. Equation of demand exclude exactly one variables, that is PT minus 1. You can look at the models that in this models the PT minus 1 is excluded here. So this shows that exclusion of one variables, and formula also shows that m minus 1 equal to 1. It means for, for, for an equations to be identified, it must exclude at least m minus 1 variables. So demand equation meeting the same conditions, it exclude one variables, so it is exactly identified on the same lines. Supply functions also exclude at least m minus 1 variables, that is equal to 1. So supply function is also exactly identified. So both these equations are exactly identified. I have examined the identifications of these models using equation 1, using definition 1. We can uh, also examine the identification of these models using definition 2. And this is the definition that is most oftenly used in the uh, econometrics for the identifications. And that is, you have to satisfy these conditions, that is k minus k greater than m minus 1. So if k minus k equal to m minus 1, equation will be exactly identified. And if k minus k greater than m minus 1, equation will be over identified. Look at these model again, and we'll look at the application of the second definitions to examine the identification of these models. In the first models, we have only two endogenous variables. It means M, capital M, equal to 2. The best way to make the analysis to examine the identification is write down the information first, available information first, and then on the basis of that available information, you can make the analysis, and it will make the thing much easier. So look at, there are two endogenous variables. It means capital M is equal to 2. Capital K, in this models, there is no predetermined variables. There is no predetermined variables. It means capital K equal to 0. This is the information that we have regarding the full simultaneous equation models. Now we write down the informations of our equation of interest. Our equation of interest is demand functions. So lowercase m means small m equal to number of endogenous variable in the given equation. So this is our given equations. So there are two endogenous variables, Q or P. Lowercase k, that shows the number of predetermined variable in the given equations. Again, look at, there is no predetermined variable. So k lowercase is equal to 0. So place these values into the formula, that is capital K minus lowercase greater than or equal m minus 1. So capital K is 0, lowercase k equal to 0. So 0 minus 0 greater than or equal to m small m. Small m equal to 2, that is the number of endogenous variable in the given equation. 2 m minus 1 means 2 minus 1 equal to 1. So it means 0 greater than or equal to 1. That is not possible. So it means if your conditions for identification not hold in this case. Condition is k minus k greater than equal to m minus 1. But here 0 cannot equal to 1. 0 cannot greater than 1. So it means this condition is not hold. So the first equation is unidentified. And same story will be the second equation. Second equation will also be unidentified. So the first model is unidentified, overall unidentified. Look at the second equation, the second model. Again, write down the information, please. Capital M equal to 2. That is, we have two endogenous variables in the model, that is quantity and price. Capital K, that is the predetermined variable in the whole model. Look at the whole models. We have one predetermined variables. No, we have only one predetermined variable in the models. So K, capital K is equal to 1. This is the information regarding the overall model. Our equation of interest is demand equation because we want to examine the identification of demand function, whether it is identified or not. So write down the information of this equations. Small m, that shows the number of endogenous variables in the given equation. So there are two endogenous variables in the given equation. This is quantity and price. Small k or lowercase k, that is number of predetermined variable in the equations. Look at in the equations only, there is only one predetermined variable, that is I. So place these values into the model and then conclude what is going on. What will be the outcome? So k minus k greater than or equal to m minus 1. This is the formula. So let's k equal to 1 and lowercase k equal to 1. K minus k mean 1 minus 1 equal to 0. So k minus k 1 minus 1 equal to greater than or equal to m is 2, 2 minus 1. So 0 greater than or equal to 1, not hold. So equation 1 is unidentified. Demand function is unidentified. So look at the supply function. Again, we have the same information for the model, but the information of the given equation has been changed. The information regarding the given equation will be changed. In this equations, small m is equal to 2, but small k equal to 0, because in supply functions, we have no predetermined variables. So place this value into the formula and get the outcome. K minus k greater than equal to m minus 1. Capital K 1 minus small k 0, 1 minus 0 greater than equal to 2, that is the value of small m, 2 minus 1. After solving, we have 1 equal to 1. It means k minus k, that shows the number of predetermined variable excluded from the given equations is equal to 1. And on the other hand, m minus 1 shows the number of endogenous variable included in the given equation less 1. These two are same. Number of excluded variable from the predetermined variable from the given equation equal to number of included variables in the given equation less 1. So the supply function is exactly identified and the demand function is unidentified. Look at the third model. Again, write down your given informations. Capital M 2, because we have only two endogenous variable in the model, that is quantity and the price level. Capital K, we have two predetermined variables. One is IT and the other is ET minus 1. We have two predetermined variables in the models. So capital M equal to 2, capital K equal to 2. So look at the first equation, that is demand functions. We have to check its identifications, whether it is identified or not. So get the information of the equations. Small m equal to 2 here, because in the given equation we have two endogenous variable, quantity and price. Small k equal to 1 here, because in the demand equation we have only one predetermined variable, that is I. So place this value into the formula. K minus k greater than equal to m minus 1. K equal to 2, capital K equal to 2, capital small k equal to 1, 2 minus 1 greater than equal to small m 2 minus 1, 2 minus 1, 2 minus 1 greater than equal to 2 minus 1. Finally, it is equal to 1 equal to 1. So it means a demand equation, the number of variable excluded from demand equation is equal to 1. So demand equation is exactly identified because the number of predetermined variable excluded from the demand equation equal to number of endogenous variable in the demand equation less 1. So the equation is exactly identified. Look at the supply function. Same story, same informations for the supply function as we have the demand functions. In the supply function, we have two endogenous variables, and in the supply function, we have one predetermined variables. Apply the formula, we get the same result as we have for the demand functions. 1 equal to 1, because you can see that in the supply functions, the number of excluded predetermined variable equal to 1, and that is equal to number of included endogenous variable less 1. In k minus k equal to m minus 1, 1 equal to 1. It means number of excluded variables equal to number of endogenous variable included in the equation less 1. So second equation is also exactly identified. So both these equations are exactly identified, and the model, overall the model is identified. You can look at one more equations. You can look at one more models. Let's say you have this model. Let's say you have this models. We have the demand functions, we have the supply functions, and we want to examine the identification of these two equations using the order conditions. Write down the information about the overall models. Capital M, that is the number of endogenous variable in the model. We have only two endogenous variable in the model, that is quantity and prices. So M equal to 2. Look at capital K, that is the number of predetermined variable in the model. So look at 1, that is IT, 2, that is RT, and 3, that is PT minus 1. K equal to capital K, that is the number of predetermined variable in the model, that is equal to 3. So first to look at the identification of demand functions. So write down the information about the demand functions. Small m, that is the number of endogenous variable in the equation of interest, that is 2, quantity and price. Small k, that is the number of predetermined variable in the given equation. Look at, we have to. So place this value into the formula and get the outcome. And on the basis of that outcome, you have to conclude whether it is unidentified, exactly identified, or over-identified. So K minus K, capital K minus small k greater than or equal to small m minus 1. Place this value. The capital K equal to 3 here. So 3 minus small k in the first equation equal to 2. So 3 minus 2 equal to m minus 1. Small m is 2. 2 minus 1, 1. So k minus k equal to m minus 1. That is 1 equal to 1. So the first equation is exactly identified. But look at the second equations. Overall information remains the same, but the information about supply function will be changed. In the supply functions, we have only two endogenous variables. It means small n equal to 2. What will be the small k? Small k equal to 1 here. That is, we have only one predetermined variable in the supply function, that is pt minus 1. So place these values into the formula, that is k minus k capital K minus small k greater than or equal to m minus 1. Capital K is 3. Small k for supply function is 1. So 3 minus 1 to equal to m minus 1. M is 2. 2 minus 1, 1. So we have 2 greater than 1. And we have k minus k 2 equal to 2 and m minus 1 equal to 1. So it means 2 greater than 1. It means the number of pre-terminal variable excluded from the supply function is greater than the number of endogenous variables in the supply function less 1. So the supply function is over-identified. So we have looked at the 4 cases. The first case, both the demand function and the supply functions are unidentified. The second case, the demand function is unidentified while the supply function is exactly identified. In the third case, we have the model in which the demand function is exactly identified and the supply function is also exactly identified. And this is the fourth model in which demand function is exactly identified while the supply function is over identified. So we have so far we have discussed the order conditions for identification of the equation in the models. So next task is the rank conditions. So before moving to the rank conditions, we have few comments about the previous application of the order conditions. Identification of an equation in a model of simultaneous equation is possible if that equation excludes one or more variables that are present in somewhere else in the model. An identification is possible if equation excludes one or more variables, but these variables are present somewhere else in the model. This situation is known as exclusion of exclusion criteria or zero restriction criterion, because zero restriction criterion because the coefficient of variables not appearing in an equation are assumed to have zero values. Okay, now move to the rank conditions of identifiabilities. The order conditions discussed so far is a necessary but not a sufficient conditions for identification. It is a necessity but not a sufficient conditions for identification of problem. That is, even if a question is identified through a order conditions, it may happen that that equation is not identified by rank conditions. And if equation is identified by order conditions, it is not necessary that it must be identified by rank condition. It is possible that equation is identified by order, but it is unidentified by rank conditions. Even if order condition is satisfied by an equation, it may be unidentified because the predetermined variables excluded from this equation but present in the models may not all independent, so that there may not be one-to-one correspondence between the structural coefficient and the reduced form coefficient. So that is, we may not be able to estimate the structural parameters from the reduced form coefficients. It means the variables that are excluded from one equations, it are present somewhere else in the models. So the predetermined variables that excluded from the equation but present in the models may not all be independent. They are interrelated. They are dependent on each other. So that is why one-to-one correspondence between the structural equations, the structural parameters, and the reduced sum coefficients exist. So we may not be able, under these circumstances, under these situations, we may not be able to estimate the structural parameters from the reduced form coefficient. So we need both the necessary and sufficient conditions for identification. And this is provided by the rank condition of identifications. So first we look at what is the definition of rank conditions of identifications. The rank condition of identification in a model containing m equations, so rank condition of identification in a model containing m equations in m endogenous variables. An equation is identified if and only if at least one non-zero determinant of order m minus 1 into m minus 1 can be constructed from the coefficients of the variables, that is both endogenous and predetermined, excluded from that particular equation but included in the other equation of the models. Look at again at the definition and try to understand it. In a model containing m equations in m endogenous variables, m equation in m endogenous variables, an equation is identified if and only if at least one non-zero determinant of order m minus 1 into m minus 1 can be constructed from the coefficients of the variable excluded from that particular equation but included in the other equation of the models. It means we have certain equations to be identified, at least one non-zero determinant of order m minus 1. Let's say the model is based on three equations. It means there are three endogenous variables. So m minus 1 into m minus 1 means m minus 1 means 3 minus 1, 2, m minus 1, 3 minus 1, 2, 2 into 2. It means if we have to construct at least a non-zero determinant of order 2 and 2, from the coefficient of the variables excluded from that equation, but they are present in the somewhere else in the model. Look at the model given below. To explain this rank conditions of identification, we look at the models. We have four equations rather than m equations and m endogenous. We have four equations, and it means we have four endogenous variables. And you can see that their four endogenous variables are y1, y2, y3, and y4. And on the other hand, you have a set of exogenous variables, that is x1. Here, in the first equation only we have one predetermined variable. In the second equation, we have two predetermined variables, x1 and x2. In the third equation, we have two predetermined variables, x1 and x2. And in the fourth equation, we have one predetermined variable, that is x3. It means in the whole this models, there are 7 variables. Among these 7, 4 variables are endogenous and 3 variables are predetermined. We have written the model in this form. We have shift all the variables on the endogenous as well as predetermined on the left side of the equations and error term on the right side. We have transformed all the model in this way. All the variables are shifted on the left side and error terms are shifted on the right side of the equations. Equality sign, you can see it. All the variables, either these are endogenous or predetermined, all are on the left side of the equality signs, and on the right of equality we have only the error terms. All these four equations are shown in the same patterns.